Welcome back. If you're new here, this channel is dedicated to practical, science-backed health information specifically for adults over 60. No hype, no gimmicks, just clear guidance you can actually use. Now let's talk about nuts. Nuts are one of nature's most concentrated packages of nutrition. Healthy fats, protein, fiber, vitamins, minerals, all packed into something you can carry in your pocket. Research consistently shows that people who eat nuts regularly tend to live longer, have healthier hearts, and maintain sharper minds as they age. But here's the thing many people miss. Not all nuts are created equal. And once you cross 60, your body processes food differently. Your kidneys work a little slower. Your digestive system is more sensitive. You might be managing blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar, or taking medications that interact with certain nutrients. What was perfectly fine at 40 might cause real problems at 65 or 70. So today, we're going to walk through the nuts you should limit or avoid entirely. And then we'll cover the absolute best nuts you should be eating every single day for optimal senior health. Let's start with the ones to watch out for. Number 1. Brazil nuts, the hidden danger. Remember that dangerous nut I mentioned in the opening? This is it, Brazil nuts. Now, Brazil nuts aren't inherently bad. In fact, they're the richest natural source of selenium on the planet. Selenium is a mineral your body needs for thyroid function and immune health. The problem? You need only about 55 micrograms of selenium per day. A single Brazil nut contains anywhere from 68 to 91 micrograms. One nut already puts you over your daily requirement. Eat a small handful, say 5 or 6, and you've consumed nearly 10 times what your body needs. Do that regularly, and you risk a condition called selenium toxicity. Symptoms include brittle nails, hair loss, fatigue, irritability, nausea, and in severe cases, nerve damage and kidney problems. For seniors whose kidneys already filter less efficiently, that excess selenium accumulates faster. It's a quiet, creeping toxicity that most people never connect to their snacking habits. The rule with Brazil nuts is simple: 1 or 2 per day, maximum. Treat them like a supplement, not a snack, or skip them entirely if you're already taking a multivitamin that contains selenium. Number 2. Salted and flavored cashews. Cashews themselves aren't terrible, but the way most people buy them, heavily salted, honey roasted, or coated in seasoning blends, turns them into a blood pressure nightmare. A single serving of salted cashews can contain 180 to 220 milligrams of sodium. Most people don't stop at one serving. Before you know it, you've consumed a quarter of your daily sodium limit from what you thought was a healthy snack. For seniors managing hypertension, and that's roughly 2/3 of Americans over 60, this hidden sodium adds up fast. It contributes to fluid retention, stresses the heart, and works directly against blood pressure medications. Beyond the salt issue, cashews are also higher in carbohydrates compared to other nuts. For seniors watching their blood sugar, large portions of cashews can cause unexpected glucose spikes. If you enjoy cashews, buy them raw and unsalted. But even then, keep portions modest, about a small palmful rather than a full bowl. Number 3. Macadamia nuts, in excess. Macadamia nuts are incredibly rich and buttery, and there's a reason for that. They're the highest fat nut available. A single ounce contains 21 grams of fat and over 200 calories. Now, most of that fat is monounsaturated, which is heart healthy in reasonable amounts. The problem is portion control. Macadamias are so calorie-dense that a casual handful or two can easily add 400 to 500 calories to your day without making you feel particularly full. For seniors trying to maintain a healthy weight, which directly impacts joint health, mobility, diabetes risk, and cardiovascular strain, those invisible calories become a real obstacle. Many older adults are less physically active than they once were, meaning those excess calories convert directly to stored fat around the midsection, which is the most dangerous place to carry extra weight. Macadamias aren't forbidden, but they require honest portion control. 5 or 6 nuts is a serving, not a bowlful in front of the television. Number 4. Peanuts, the controversial one. Technically, peanuts are legumes, not true nuts. But since everyone thinks of them as nuts, they belong in this conversation. Peanuts present several concerns for seniors. First, they're one of the most common sources of aflatoxins, toxic compounds produced by mold that can grow on peanuts during storage. Aflatoxins are linked to liver damage and are classified as carcinogenic. While regulations limit aflatoxin levels in commercial products, long-term low-level exposure is still a concern, particularly for seniors with compromised liver function. Second, peanuts have a less favorable omega-6 to omega-3 ratio compared to other nuts. Omega-6 fatty acids in excess promote inflammation throughout the body. For seniors dealing with arthritis, joint pain, or chronic inflammatory conditions, a diet heavy in peanuts can quietly make things worse. Third, many commercial peanut products, roasted peanuts, peanut butter, contain added sugars, hydrogenated oils, and excessive salt. Does this mean you can never eat peanuts? Of course not, but they shouldn't be your primary nut. Choose natural peanut butter with no added ingredients and balance your intake with anti-inflammatory nuts, which we'll discuss shortly. Number 5. Candied or sugar-coated nuts. This one might seem obvious, but it needs to be said because these products are marketed aggressively, especially during holidays and in trail mix blends. Candied pecans, sugar-glazed almonds, chocolate-covered hazelnuts, these transform a nutritious food into something closer to candy. The added sugars spike blood glucose, contribute to insulin resistance, and feed inflammation. For seniors managing type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, these are genuinely harmful choices disguised in healthy packaging. Always read labels. If sugar, corn syrup, or any sweetener appears in the first 3 ingredients, put it back. Now, if you're over 60 or caring for an elderly loved one, I want you to understand something. This information isn't meant to scare you away from nuts entirely. Nuts are still one of the most powerful foods you can eat for longevity. The key is choosing the right ones and eating them the right way. If you're finding this helpful so far, take a moment and tap that subscribe button. We publish new senior health content every week and it's completely free. Also, drop a comment below and tell me, which nut have you been eating the most? I'm genuinely curious to hear from you. All right, now let's get to the good stuff. The nuts you should absolutely be eating every day. Number 1. Walnuts, the brain nut. If you could only eat one nut for the rest of your life, make it walnuts. Walnuts are the only nut with significant amounts of alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. Omega-3s reduce inflammation, support blood vessel flexibility, and, here's what matters most for seniors, protect brain health. A landmark study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed older adults for 2 years and found that those who ate walnuts daily showed significantly less cognitive decline compared to those who didn't. Their memory stayed sharper. Their processing speed held steady. Brain scans revealed less deterioration. Walnuts also contain polyphenols and antioxidants that combat oxidative stress, one of the primary drivers of aging at the cellular level. How much should you eat? About a quarter cup daily. That's roughly 7 walnut halves. Toss them into oatmeal, sprinkle them on salads, or simply eat them plain as an afternoon snack. Your brain will thank you for years to come. Number 2, almonds, the bone and heart protector. After 60, bone density becomes a serious concern. Fractures from falls are one of the leading causes of disability and loss of independence among older adults. Almonds are one of the best nut sources of calcium, about 76 milligrams per ounce, along with magnesium, which your body needs to actually absorb and use that calcium effectively. But almonds don't stop at bones. They're remarkably effective at managing LDL cholesterol, the kind that clogs arteries. Multiple clinical trials show that eating almonds daily reduces LDL by 5 to 15% without medication changes. For seniors already on statins, almonds complement the medication's effects naturally. Almonds also have the highest fiber content of any common nut, about 3.5 grams per ounce, which supports digestive regularity, a common struggle for older adults. 1 handful per day, raw or dry roasted, unsalted. Keep the skin on. That thin brown layer contains the majority of the antioxidants. Number 3. Pistachios, the blood sugar stabilizer. Here's a nut that deserves far more attention than it gets among seniors. Pistachios have a lower calorie count than most nuts, about 160 calories per ounce, and they contain more protein per serving than any other common nut except peanuts. But where they truly shine is blood sugar management. Research from Pennsylvania State University found that eating pistachios with a carbohydrate-rich meal significantly blunted the post-meal blood sugar spike. The combination of protein, fiber, and healthy fats slows glucose absorption, keeping your blood sugar on a gentle curve instead of a sharp roller coaster. For the estimated 30 million Americans over 60 living with or at risk for type 2 diabetes, that's meaningful protection from a simple dietary addition. There's also something practical about pistachios that makes them uniquely useful for weight management. Buying them in shell forces you to eat more slowly. That mechanical process of cracking each shell gives your brain time to register fullness before you overeat. Studies actually confirm that people eat about 40% fewer calories from in-shell pistachios compared to pre-shelled ones. A serving is about 49 kernels, more individual nuts than any other variety per ounce, which makes them feel more satisfying. Number 4. Pecans, the antioxidant powerhouse. Pecans are native to North America and absolutely loaded with antioxidants, more per ounce than any other tree nut. They rank among the top 20 antioxidant-rich foods of any kind, alongside blueberries and dark chocolate. Why does this matter after 60? Because oxidative stress, damage caused by unstable molecules called free radicals, accelerates every hallmark of aging: wrinkled skin, stiff arteries, foggy thinking, weakened immunity. Antioxidants neutralize those free radicals before they can do their damage. Pecans also provide a healthy dose of thiamine, which supports energy production and nerve function. Many seniors experience subtle thiamine insufficiency without realizing it, contributing to fatigue, poor concentration, and nerve tingling in the extremities. A small handful of raw pecans daily, about 15 pecan halves, offers protection you can feel over weeks and months. Add them to yogurt, blend them into smoothies, or chop them over roasted vegetables. Number 5. Hazelnuts, the heart and vision protector. Hazelnuts rarely get the spotlight, but they deserve a place in every senior's diet. They're exceptionally rich in vitamin E. 1 ounce provides about 28% of your daily requirement. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant that protects cell membranes throughout your body, with particular benefits for cardiovascular tissue and eye health. Age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of vision loss in adults over 60. Research suggests that adequate vitamin E intake, combined with other antioxidants, slows progression of this condition. Hazelnuts offer that protection naturally, without pills. Their folate content also supports healthy homocysteine levels. Homocysteine is an amino acid that, when elevated, significantly increases stroke and heart attack risk. Many seniors have mildly elevated homocysteine without knowing it. Regular hazelnut consumption helps keep those levels in check. Enjoy them raw, roasted, or chopped into whole grain cereals. About 20 hazelnuts make a serving. Before we wrap up, let me share a few quick guidelines that will help you get the most benefit from your daily nut habit. Portion matters. A single serving of nuts is 1 ounce, roughly a small palmful or about a quarter cup. That's the sweet spot where you get maximum nutrition without excessive calories. Buy small containers or pre-portion into snack bags at the beginning of each week. Variety wins. Don't rely on one type alone. Rotate between walnuts, almonds, pistachios, pecans, and hazelnuts throughout the week. Each offers different nutrients, and the combination provides broader protection than any single nut can deliver. Watch for interactions. If you take blood-thinning medications like warfarin, be consistent with your nut intake rather than eating large amounts sporadically. The vitamin K and vitamin E in nuts can affect how those medications work. Consistency lets your doctor calibrate your dosage accurately. Storage counts. Nuts contain delicate oils that go rancid when exposed to heat and light. Store them in sealed containers in your refrigerator or freezer. Rancid nuts don't just taste bad, they contain oxidized fats that promote inflammation rather than reduce it. If a nut tastes bitter or stale, throw it away. Chewing concerns. If dental issues make whole nuts difficult, try sliced almonds, chopped walnuts, or nut butters with no added sugar. Soaking raw nuts overnight also softens them considerably and may improve mineral absorption. Let's bring it all together. Limit or avoid Brazil nuts in large quantities, heavily salted or flavored cashews, excessive macadamias, inflammatory peanut products, and anything candied or sugar-coated. Eat daily. Walnuts for your brain, almonds for your bones and heart, pistachios for blood sugar, pecans for antioxidant protection, and hazelnuts for your eyes and cardiovascular system. One handful per day, the right nuts. That's all it takes to give your body powerful tools for healthy aging. This isn't about perfection. It's about making small, intelligent choices that compound over months and years into real, measurable protection for your heart, your mind, and your independence. You've spent decades taking care of everyone else. Now it's time to take care of yourself, one handful at a time. If this video helped you, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our weekly senior health videos. Share this with a spouse, a sibling, or a friend who snacks on nuts. They deserve to know which ones are helping and which ones might not be. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's your favorite nut? And are you going to change anything after watching this? I read every single comment and love hearing from you. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one.